And there we go. Just about half an hour. And I'm done. I'm all cozy in my blanket this morning. How is everybody else? So, just in case you don't know, morning pages is a term coined by Julia Cameron. Goes right along with morning voice. And it was one of her practices in The Artist's Way to write 3 pages as soon as she woke up to sort of clear the clutter from her mind that was left over from dream world and subconscious and stuff like that. And that would hopefully lead to, one, a clearer mind, but also whatever falls out onto the page might actually be helpful, might be hidden treasure, might indicate something that she wants to do or a direction she wants to head in her writing projects. So I did these for a year, probably like 20 years ago, really loved it, got off track, have gone on and off since then, but not for a long time. And winter solstice this year, I decided to start again. I think it was Desiree, Coffee Reading Writing, who mentioned it, and it's sort of like nestled in there and grew into an idea. So I'm on day 10, and we're going to take that into the new year. So morning pages. I am a morning person, some of you know. So it's not hard. It's just a matter of remembering. When I've gotten up in the last 10 days, it's been a matter of how many things do I do? How many puttering around tasks do I do before I remember? Oh, I'm supposed to be doing this thing first. So, yeah. So we had people hanging out in the chat, saying hello to each other. I assume they're Saturday morning chatting, stream hopping, having a great time. Is anyone else in here going to try morning pages or something similar? I think you could also be journaling at night if that helps you get out the anxiety and the churn of your brain before you go to sleep, if like sleeping is an issue. So for me, the other things that are going on is today is Saturday, so I always record statistics on my social media channels on Saturdays, and tomorrow is the 1st, so I will be recording book sales for the month, which is going to be mostly empty for December. But that's going to be tomorrow after a very long drive because I'm heading back to Portland. Oh. Hey, Victoria. If I journal at night, it just makes me more anxious, so I try to journal in the morning. Interesting. Yeah, I don't journal at night either. Not because it makes me anxious, but just because I'm usually so tired, I just drop off. I do not have trouble falling asleep, but I think the idea is that for people that do, it might help ease them in. So, yeah, I like morning too. This morning, like last week, I started a few minutes early, but that was put in jeopardy because someone went out into the living room and wouldn't come back in the bedroom. I've got all the packing to do today and a last lunch goodbye with my sister. So lots going on today. It's going to be a busy day, but I'm glad I started here. Hi, Noah. Everyone who reads it must converse. Good morning. And any time of guy for journaling or for writing or just up for anything. Yeah, there's been lots of great lives happening lately, and I seem to just miss all of them, but it's okay. I've been tending to family stuff here and like bare minimum writing commitments. So, and exercise, as I was saying yesterday, getting out and walking. I told Ben, so he's my accountability partner, I guess, that I was trying for 20 miles a week. And this week I still have 3.2 miles to do today, and it is raining cats and dogs outside, so we'll see. I'm hoping it'll let up in the afternoon and give me a little bit of a window to get outside and do a little bit of exercise, because 11 and a half hours tomorrow of driving means no exercise. There's also going to be fog up at the pass. So, I mean, good for no snow, but the fog is one of those things that makes me go, because you can't see anything and it's just scary. So, it's beautiful, but when you're driving, it's scary. So, yeah. We're talking about Joanne's story, I think. I don't know. Do you guys enjoy driving in fog? I've been watching the weather to try to figure out the best window, and I think this is my best window. It said partly sunny a few days ago. So gotta be safe on those roads. I've got to pack up all my books. I've got to fit all my clothes back into the suitcase. I've got to pack up all the tech stuff that's been scattered everywhere, including all the cords. So, and then I get to pack up that guy. Bean doesn't enjoy the 11.5-hour drive either. The first time I drove with him, I tried to leave food and water in his little carrier, and nothing. Was not interested, too freaked out. I wonder if I tried it again, if he'd be okay with food and water, but he basically does like a hunger strike while he's in the carrier. He does not like it. So that's a long time to go without food or water. And yeah, we're talking about you. And I know it stresses him out because he needs like a day to get back to normal. And so I know we've got sales. Today is the last day of the year, so I know Joanne's got a sale. Victoria or Anita. I wonder if you guys have sales. Or RC. RC's got a stream later tonight, and I asked him when it was. It's starting his first live stream at 8 Pacific. So I might actually be able to chime in and say hey before I go to sleep, to get up at 5 in the morning. So yeah, plans have to change for the family. If you didn't know, the family got COVID. We had a very interesting unrolling because the first person had flu and then got COVID. And then the next person got flu, but not COVID. And then the next person got COVID, but not flu. And then the dominoes kept falling with just COVID. And we think my sister went back to Texas with COVID, but she's just going to call it a cold, which is fine. So yeah, we all finally got it after almost 3 years, or 3 years for the world. Yeah. So this is Joanne's first book, a romantic comedy, and on sale. Oh, from January 1st? So it's not on sale yet? Okay. I know you've been talking it up, so I thought it was on sale now. Okay. Culinary Confessions, Project Sugar and Spice. She's got baking-themed rom-coms. Like it. Yeah. I mean, if you have to do it, you can go through it together, right? The only one it's really hit hard is my dad, so I'll check in with him today and hope Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, day 4, he actually feels better because he's got antivirals, and he's got Mucinex, and he's got nasal spray, and he's got cough drops. Not much more else we can do, but he's struggling. So, yeah. I came down with it Christmas Eve. It was real fun. I thought I had the flu, so I was distancing from everyone, which meant I didn't get any of the candy my brother sent, and I didn't get to sit close to people. And yeah, it's all right. Had to happen sooner or later. Rachel, I do not like driving in fog. Yeah. If I'm the only one on the road, I like it, right? But yeah, it's scary when there's other people and they come out magically. Decided to start on New Year's Day. Gotcha. We have not been hanging out for the holidays. I know. It's a bummer. Anita says, I just have this Smashwords sale going. Ends on the 1st. Me too. They really helped with the promotional tools this year, and I put out several, calls, tweets, newsletter, whatever. It still hasn't netted me anything. It's just too big, or people are just too used to sales, but Smashwords has not gotten me any sales in the past 4 years of end of year sales. I didn't do anything before this year. I just let it roll, but yeah. It is New Year's Eve, so author Lauren Adele is asking New Year's drink of choice. Since I don't drink, yeah, I'll go with Rachel's answer. Root beer floats, family tradition. I like that a lot. I've been just doing tea and non-dairy and no sugar, although I let sugar creep back in. Maybe I'll go wild and go for the fancy hot chocolate in the house before I leave. Maybe that'll be my New Year's drink for tonight. That's a good question. Anybody else? Yeah. I don't know whether anyone else has this impression, but I feel like when you're sick, it's not the time to have sugar. I feel like sugar feeds bacteria that are nesting in your system, and you need your immune system function boosted to be able to attack those bacteria and not get distracted by the sugar. I feel like they get insulated or piled on by the sugar. This is my very scientific, backed by data, explanation of what happens in your face when you get sinus sick. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. I had a few sales from my longtime Smashwords books, but nothing from the recently added D2D books. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's another distinction. Yeah, all of mine are on except for Fabled Passages. It's the only one that's through D2D, so maybe that means no Fabled Passages sales. Victoria goes to bed at 10. I think I'll be in bed at 9, Victoria, so I'm with you there. Hello, Morgan. Good morning. Rachel says, I'm like you. I know my neighbors will shoot off fireworks at midnight because they've done that for the past few years. Yeah, actually, I heard fireworks last night, and I know they start days before for most holidays, but the news has been full of cancellation of fireworks because of COVID. Yeah, so people gonna jackass. What can I say? You just gotta feel sorry for all the pets that are gonna go crazy listening to all the fireworks. I mean, fireworks are pretty, but is it really worth it? I don't think so. It's a lot of materials, transportation costs, gasoline burned up. It's a lot of all that for a very short show. And, really, we could probably find other things to do with those materials and time and attention. That would be just as fun. I mean, root beer floats are in there, Yeah. So it's like some traditions are great. Keep up a tradition, remind yourself where you come from, shared history, cultural bonding, and all that stuff. But make some new traditions, that aren't as craptastic for animals and humans. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. Is this an unpopular opinion? Should I put this under clickbait title number 47? Unpopular opinions. Get away, Satan, with your fireworks. I mean, I grew up loving them. We would go down to the beach. They would have them for 4th of July. We didn't go to the beach for New Year's Eve because it would probably be cold, but definitely for 4th of July. But the past 10, 15 years, it's been too crowded. It's just like not even worth trying to get to the beach super early and find a spot. And then the fog would roll in. So I don't know. There's a time for everything where it jumps the shark, and think of something new. We're creative people, right? We can think of something new and better. I was trying to think. I can't remember if this is a dream now or what. Think of something that would reuse trash and have that be an activity rather than making trash as an activity. I can't remember what it was. It was either brainstorming or a story or a dream. So hopefully I recorded it somewhere. Sniffle, sniffle. The other thing I'm going to be doing tomorrow after recording book sales and driving home is another COVID test, because it says wait 5 days and test. So I was so barely there on the scale. I don't know if I'll get anything. I don't know if this is continued symptoms or if it's just like aftermath, because it messes with your system and then your system's like cleaning up on aisle 5, and mine always takes forever to clean up on aisle 5 with the sinuses. So fair point, Victoria. I just don't like fireworks at random times, which exactly, because it's a big loud noise and explosion. A few-hour window, a couple days a year, is manageable, but not when people are setting them off days before 4th of July or New Year's. Very fair. Morgan says, I've always disliked fireworks. They're too loud. Everything's smoky and hazy. It smells. I guess when you do it over the ocean, you don't get the smell because it just drifts away. People leave the trash in the streets. I'll be under the bed with my dog. Yeah. You know what's kind of like this, but a miniature version is the, what do they call them? Snap gun or pop gun? Snap gun. You know when you get like a roll of blistered paper, kind of like printout paper, and you put it in the little chamber, and you can shoot this like, old-fashioned looking gun, and it makes a loud pop and a bang and a little spark because the metal is hitting the blister, and it smells like sulfur, but not like rotten egg sulfur, like match sulfur. I don't know why we have 2 different kinds of sulfur smells. Someone, again, I need some science person to tell me. Where's Amy? Yeah, I really got a kick out of that little gun as a kid. So I don't know if anyone has a similar memory. Lauren says, mocktails and a dance party until the ball drops is fun. I like it. Dance parties are always good. I mean, are they ever harmful? Maybe when you're the downstairs neighbor. But other than that, it's really like good for you, good for everybody. I do like a dance party. Oh, anyone else doing sprints or writing goals or anything for the last day of the year? That would be pretty, a lot of pressure, I would think. I'm just doing this every morning, 3 pages, morning pages, pretty easy. every day I've done it so far, I've had to put almost there to keep myself going. So if that gives you like, permission slip or a free pass to like ease yourself in and not pressure yourself, there you go. Almost there. Almost there. Speaking of young kid toys, we remember the sound that the air going in makes to make room for the water coming out in this. Reminds me of those little bird whistles that you put water in it and you blow through the top and it makes like a singing bird sound. Anyone remember those? I remembered it, and I wanted to find some, to source some for my second book coming out because it was part of the book, and I thought this would be so cool to be like a giveaway. And I Googled so many combinations of like, what could I call this to find it on a marketplace online. And finally, like months later, I found it and I ordered like 5 or whatever. And yeah, I still got a couple of those. It's pretty fun. Ooh, Victoria talks writing, trying to finish a couple of books for the Reindeer Readathon. We'll see how close I get. Nice. That's right. We can be finishing books to read as well as books to write. I unfortunately had my last book, which I hoped would be my last book, be a DNF. It's just too gory. So I'm going to gift that along to somebody else who can handle horror. So I guess I'm at my number. It's the last day of the year. How many books did we read in 2022? I've got a video planned for January that's going to be all my Storygraph stats, which is kind of exciting. And let's see. Read books. Let's go 2022. Oh, I beat myself last year. I beat my total last year. Anyone else want to drop how many books they read in? Because that's kind of fun. Was Reindeer Readathon a specific theme, Victoria, or just some random prompts for December? I remember hearing about it, but I didn't look up the prompts. Nice. Morgan read 12, 3 more than last year. Excellent. Excellent. And how many of them were friends reads? That's like double commitment. Anita read 13. Well done. Anita, are you counting your beta reads? No, because that's probably part of your business, right? You got a lot of those on your plate, I bet. What book was too gory? You'll have to stay tuned to find out. I talked about it yesterday. I was like, I just can't. So. Oh, I also I caught up on some watch later videos, like 20 last night. And Lindsay Puckett's video, she sort of went over the evolution of AuthorTube as she's been on it for the past 5 years. Excuse me. And how she started out as like a booktuber with a vlog style, and then, came out to be more of like a Query Trenches lifestyle channel. And I was like, oh, it's so interesting, because I wasn't around to watch her when she was doing booktube content, but I'm a booktube, AuthorTube person. So I'm like, oh, how interesting. So that was kind of neat to find out. And yeah, it made me feel good for some reason. I don't know. Oh, prompts based on the reindeer. So like Comet was read a book with a space-related word in the title. Oh, that's cute. That's really cute. I have that and the novella prompt left to finish, and then I'll call it good. Nice. Space in the title. Do you have a book for that right now? There's lots of ones for that, especially you. I think you'd have that. That would be easy for you to find. Novella. That's a harder one, yeah. One of my tasks for January, which won't happen today, it'll have to happen not tomorrow either, is to plot out the editing for the prequel novella that I'm working on. I've had my edits for a few weeks from Christy, and I've just been sitting on them. And I need to plan it out. Otherwise, I'm not going to get it done in January. And this needs to get done in January so that I can clear the road for the next thing. Like, we want to do some more publishing this year. Oh, hey, Justiva. Happy New Year's Eve. Oh, Wizard of Earthsea. I've got about 100 pages left. Nice. And with those two, I'll be at 77 for the year. Yay! Very cool. I think I only read 5 books, 4 of which were middle grade. But you're not counting the books you read to your kiddo. I also read 6 manuscripts, some Vela stories, and some flash fiction pieces. Yeah. Nice. Oh, I consume so much. This is like giving me a reality check of how much I consume. And if I want to be okay with my release ratio, which I talked about yesterday, I should do some more creating. So that is the plan. More creating, less consuming in 2023. So I don't think I'm sharing another goal-based. I should probably work in this some sort of goal-based video for January. I do have one about the apocalypse, books you should take into the apocalypse. But I should also do like the goals for an AuthorTube focused one. I just don't know how to frame it yet. Consume more books in 2023, probably like middle grade. Yeah. Well, I won't say how many I read in 2022 then, because it'll be a surprise. Oh, I don't think Storygraph counts DNFs. So anyway, there were a lot of great books when I went and did my accounting of the year and the goals and the checklists and all that. I definitely went through my every month read and was like, oh, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. And like, that was such a good month. And like, it was happy. It was a really good exercise. And I was like feeling pretty good after that. So if anyone has time today and they want to like go through their photos or go through their reading lists and kind of like take stock of what a good year it was. Yes, there were challenges, but there were definitely happy moments, victory moments, solidarity moments. Like, it was good. It was a good year for YouTube, community, for me, as well as like some of my own stuff. So nope. More than half of that though. I don't count DNF for books read, but 2023 I'm going to read more indie than trad and will count DNF as read for that ratio. So a different standard for indie because you're taking a chance and yeah, that makes sense to me. C'est un petit souris. Oui, I'm going to meet a little mouse when I go back home. I'm very excited. You're not early. Nope. We're just wrapping up, Matthew. So this has been the hour-long Morning Pages sprint. The first half hour is just straight sprinting, and the second half hour is just straight chatting. So I think I'll wrap up there. As I said, today is a very busy day, last day of the year, lots of stuff to get done before I head back to Portland. And starting tomorrow, Happy New Year, everybody. And like the stream, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. We're going to be talking about lots of fun stuff in January, so hope to see you there. If you missed it all and you want to go back, it's half an hour. You can tell when I left it off mute and started talking and had some great discussions with people. So Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, good luck sprinting, making goals, taking care of yourself in 2023. Bye, everybody.